Greetings. Alvis Tindon here, The Way of Victory. 50 years of martial and healing arts stories. I've given my history of martial arts. Before I begin with my next subject, I want to shout out my son, $1 Billion Visions. We just did some photo shoots with some clothing. Put me in some clothing and go check that out. $1 Billion Visions. Also check out my man Banky Pound. He has a channel called 33 Years of Prison Stories. He did 33 years in prison. Came out and started a YouTube channel and did very well. His YouTube channel is devoted to helping to keep our young men and women out of prison by explaining to them the horrors of that life. I mention him because he was instrumental in motivating me to make this channel of 50 years of martial arts stories. Thank God I don't have 33 years of prison, but I do have 50 years of martial and healing arts stories. As I talk to my history, beginning in 1972, I brought you up to date to where we are now in 2024. Now for me, the martial arts has been a doorway to myself. There are many doorways to self. There are many paths to the same mountaintop of self-knowledge. Mine has been through the martial and healing arts. Now what I want to talk today about is an aspect of life that is very important, which is cash flow. So what are you taught? Go to school, get a job. You're getting a job not to just have a job, but to develop cash flow. So in my youth, I didn't want to work for anybody else. I wanted to be an entrepreneur. So I did some entrepreneurial things that brought in cash flow. When that dried up or wasn't as consistent as I needed it to be because I now had a young family, I got a job. But I always kept the entrepreneurial mindset that the job was only to create cash flow. It wasn't my identity. It wasn't that I sold my soul. It was that I needed cash flow, and that was the vehicle that I used. So no matter what vehicle you use, you have to have money in life. So money basically is what we need for everything we have: food, clothing, and shelter. So the 12 jewels are knowledge, wisdom, understanding, food, clothing, shelter, freedom, justice, and equality, love, peace, and happiness. So the knowledge, wisdom, understanding should get you food, clothing, shelter. But food, clothing, shelter is going to take what? Money. So in life, you want to develop cash flow. And one thing I want to say about that is it's not how much money you have, it's how much money can you keep. How much money can you make work for you as opposed to spending every cent. See, there's two things, relationships you can have with money. Money can rule you, or you can rule money. So you don't want to be too loose or too tight with money. You want to have a symbiotic relationship where you give and receive. Keep both hands open. One hand for receiving, one hand for giving. But in life, you want to make sure you have a cash flow, a consistent cash flow, because every day as you become an adult, every day money is coming out for something, and we have to have money coming in. The key is you want to have more money coming in and more money coming out. And as regards cash flow, you want to try to save 10% of what you bring in. And I was taught very early by some very wealthy people that the best way to save money is to automatically have it go into some type of savings vehicle, like an IRA, 401k, or some type of account that you don't touch it, so never hit your hand, never hit your pocket. And that's the philosophy that I've used for my career. Is I would freely spend money going out to dinner, having a good time, traveling, but there'd always be that would be the money that was in my pocket. There'd always be money that would never hit my pocket, but would go into an account, which I'm now able at my mature golden years able to enjoy the fruits of that labor. So cash flow. This talk today was to encourage you to keep a steady cash flow course, increasing. And you want to build up three things. You want to have more money coming in than going out. You want to save 10% and make that saving aspect automatic. 3, you want to rule money. Do not let money rule you. So have fun, be happy, and think good thoughts, and expect good results. Which leads to the next video, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. And one more thing before I leave you. Never forget, you're born to win.